Hello, Hockey World. It is Tuesday, October 7th. The hockey season is back.
I'm
2025.
I'm Luke Ravitz.
And I'm Eklund. And you're watching Hockey Buzzcast on hockeybuzz.com. And Luke, name the team.
Uh, I don't even know, to be
Yeah, it's a
honest.
good one. Someone in the chat room, see if it gets it. This is a must for hockey fans. Hockey fans need to know this. It's a fictitious team. I'll say that. So it's from a movie. Anyway, so we're gonna get into this here. We're gonna get into all the predictions, but we're gonna start off because we have Lucky Luke with us today. We got to start off with Gavin McKenna, and two games in. What are your thoughts?
Great showing by the fellas. Both games we were down, and we just fought back, found a way to, win the game. McKenna looked great. 2 assists in the first game, game-winning goal in the second game. Unreal shot. Did the forks down in front of the ASU student section. And after that, horrible Penn State football loss to UCLA.
Yeah.
Us Penn State fans at least had something to be happy about. Now ranked number 4. We were 5 before, and then we play Clarkson this coming weekend. So, the boys are rolling right now. And I'm just excited to keep them keep seeing them win.
No, I mean, I heard somebody say to somebody else, like over there on one of the XM radio channels. It's like, so what's the exact time that Penn State went from a football school to a hockey school?
A matter of probably an hour. I'd say.
Right about there.
Yeah,
there you go. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, I've been impressed, and and people are like really digging the uniform. Like that's something that I've heard more about than I've ever heard before. I always thought they had cool jerseys, but it's like people are like, people want to buy a Gavin McKenna jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I've 2 of my buddies that already have one, and they're wearing and rocking that. So it's really cool to see. The whole school is just behind the team now, especially now that football is kind of falling apart, and we're a hockey school now. I mean, we have that outdoor game coming up in January against Michigan State, who's number 2 right now in the country. Porter Martone, Flyers prospect. So I mean, they could be the number 1 versus 2 team in the country going at it in an outdoor game at Beaver Stadium.
That's
it's going to be a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So
I gotta go to that. I gotta get out there for that. That's gonna get crazy. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get out there by then. All right, cool. Let's all right, so we're gonna get into predictions. No wagering. This is like, Luke and I are not responsible for anybody who loses money on this, but you make, last year, just to brag, I got to brag a little bit because, humble brag from last year. I picked the Capitals to win the Metro, which was something at the time because people were
crazy.
Who would have thought? People were picking them not to make the playoffs. I like the fact that they went out and they got like Chikrin and Mangiapane, and I like their, and I figured that Ovechkin would be on like a mission, and never bet against him when he's on a mission.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know he'd be on I didn't know he'd do as well as he did. That was just crazy. Breaking in April, and he missed a month because of a friggin' broken foot. And I also had the Columbus Blue Jackets battling to the end, which they pretty much did.
They almost made the playoffs there.
Yeah, they were really close. So
close.
I have some weird ones today too, so we'll get to them too. Because you always got to go for a couple strange ones. That's how I see it. Of course. But we're gonna go back and forth, Luke. So what we'll do is we'll start in the we'll do let me just get my thing out here so I can keep track. But let's start in the Atlantic, which is always a favorite, and we'll just go from the bottom up. So we'll just go back and forth. But let me just get my notes out real quick. We can do that, or you can start with your Atlantic thoughts on the bottom up. With the last place in the Atlantic.
So with my Atlantic Division winner, I have the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Toronto, okay.
I just feel like right now they have the most depth out of any of the teams. I mean, I would have said the Panthers, but with injuries of Barkov and Kachuk won't be back till December. I don't know. I just feel like it's the same old Leafs. They'll probably win the Atlantic and then lose first round of the playoffs. And then I guess for second place, I'll go with the Panthers, and then third, Tampa Bay. So
third Tampa.
My top 3 in the Atlantic.
They're your top 3, and I'll give you my top 3 as well here. So, I'm going to go off the map here a little bit, which is going to be kind of strange, and I'm actually going to tell you that the Montreal Canadiens are going to win the Atlantic Division.
I don't see them winning it, but I can definitely see them fall in that top 3 for sure. They're still a young team, so I don't know if they have that experience yet, but I
probably don't.
I like that.
But I like Noah Dobson.
Yeah.
Demidov obviously is going to be a factor. And I also put in my wacky predictions from yesterday. I did my wacky predictions in my blog yesterday. So one of them was that Stolars and Montalban will both be in the Vezina running, which is like, and I actually said Montalban will be a finalist. Like he'll be one of the finalists. So I think that I really like him a lot. And I think that it's probably also going to be one of Canada's like 3 goalies, but I think he's solid. So I'm going with Montreal at top. Second, I've got, here it is. All right. Second, I'm going with Toronto, like you are. Like you have Toronto first.
Yeah,
same kind of reasons. Like they're too good of a regular season. They have too much depth. I mean,
exactly.
Even without
Marner,
they're going to be.
They got Nyes locked up now too. So I love him. I think he's a great player. So
Nyes is really. You know what I didn't realize about Nyes is how much he hits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's very physical. He gets down and dirty.
Like I was comparing him to Braden Point. I was going on the show the other day, and someone called me on. They're like, "Yeah, well, Braden Point doesn't really hit." I'm like, "You're right. That's a very good point because I think they play. They're both just like really smart players who are always doing the right thing.
Yeah, 100%.
But Nyes is way more physical. Third for me is the Florida Panthers, just because I don't think they have to do any better than that in their minds. I think that here's my thing. I don't think they're going to be affected by Barkov as much as people think.
No, yeah, they're still definitely a heavy team with a lot of depth. I mean, they have Lundell as their second line center. Yeah, Rodriguez is their third line center. I mean, you have Samoskevich and Boquist on their third line.
I mean, like this is like their third line is a lot of teams' second lines, and their fourth line's a lot of teams' third lines. It's like So yes, Tkachuk they've played without before, and obviously he's like an emotional leader for them for sure. Barkov. He's a god among those guys, but they from the beginning have been very, very high on Anton Lundell, and I know even when they were looking for coaches to who was going to be their next coach, one of the things they asked about the most was, what do you think? What would you do with Anton Lundell? They would ask at coaches these in interviews. And this is we're talking like 4 years ago, and when he was just like a young player. They've always thought of him as something bigger than he is, as far as that he's been so far. So I think this is like the perfect opportunity.
He's so underrated. He's very underrated.
Yeah, and he's very much of a mini type Barkov. He's not
exactly. He does. Yeah,
he's got the finish thing where they're always good defensively. Always every finished forward is responsible defensively, so that's not a problem. All right, so that's my top 3. Then I
also wait one second before we get to the next division. I think that the Ottawa Senators could maybe fit in that top 3 too. They made the playoffs last year for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah,
and they have a bunch of older guys, veterans like Giroux. You got Brady Tkachuk, and then you got younger guys like Stützle, Sanderson. So I think they could easily fit in that top 3 as well.
I totally agree. I think for me, the thing. So now we'll talk about. Maybe we'll come back to the playoff, the wild cards.
We'll get back to that.
All right, so let's go over to the other division. Obviously, the Metro, which is totally a different story.
Yeah.
But go ahead, you can start.
Yeah, easily I have the Carolina Hurricanes number 1. Mm-hmm. I mean, their whole roster is stacked. I mean, you have Shane Gostisbehere on their third line D. Come on. And then number 2, I have to say the New Jersey Devils. For the past 5 years, they've always been in that mix, but they've always fell short in the playoffs. But they have Heischer, Hughes, Bratt. They just got Luke Hughes re-signed, Hamilton. Yeah. So they just have a lot of depth and young talent everywhere. And then for my 3 spot, I'm going to go with the Washington Capitals.
All right.
They also have that veteran leadership. And they weren't, like you said, they were not supposed to be making the playoffs last year, and they just did. Yeah. And they have that young talent now with Ryan Leonard, who I'll talk about later. So I think they'll easily take that 3 spot. I think the Metro's pretty weak this year compared to most recent years. So yeah, that's my top 3.
Yeah, I think it's a weak. I think it is probably the weakest division. Like when you look down the line, Carolina is very good. I just have this weird feeling this year that the Rangers are going to be back.
Really?
I think the Rangers are going to win the Metro. Like I just have this feeling. Like first of all, you add Sullivan, which is a really and he's a total Rangers type coach. He's like Tortorella mini. Like he's like Tortorella and Sullivan were coaches together for a really long time. Sullivan's better at what Tortorella does than Tortorella is, and that's so. And I think that you can see you're going to see that a lot. I think Panarin, who's on a contract year, is going to be going to try to rip it up and try to have like a really strong year. And I love the guy they got, and his name's slipping me now. The defenseman they signed from LA, who Russian kid. Starts with a G, right?
Right. I'll look it up right now.
Our chat room is not connected today for some reason. But yeah, Gabashov? No,
it's.
People are yelling out there. They're like, ah.
Hold on, I'm just looking at the lineups.
Yeah.
Well, he's not starting tonight. Wait, no, never mind.
Defenseman.
Panthers. Yeah, nah.
Yep. So he.
Gavrikov. Yeah.
There we go, Gavrikov. Thank you. He's a really good defense. Like he is. The Kings are going to miss not having him.
Yeah.
And the Rangers, it's the perfect signing for them. Like they needed that state of stabilizing defenseman back there.
Yeah. He'll be paired with Adam Fox too.
Yeah, so, I mean that's going to give Fox a lot more freedom to do what he wants to do, which is what you want. You want to give Fox because Fox is the key, right? Like he's the key. 100%. So he'll be able to take chances. He'll be able to do all that. Now, way better with Gavrikov back there. Yeah. And I think, and then they have Shesterkin. So to me, it's like they are, and Miller's going to be there the whole year. Now he's hurt right now, JT Miller.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Yeah, he's back, and he's. I think he's injured right now, maybe, but I'm not sure.
He's playing tonight. He's playing.
He's playing tonight. Okay, cool.
He's a Zibanejad and Will Cooley are first line.
There you go. So I mean that's pretty damn interesting. It's a pretty damn good team. Like and they definitely are coming off. Like have a chip on their shoulder from last year. So I think that to me, I go with them. I go with Carolina's second because I do agree with everything you say, except I don't necessarily. Carolina's goaltending is always the issue.
Yeah.
But it's more of a playoff problem. So usually,
exactly.
I mean, there's 2 places that Carter Hart could end up. He could end up in Carolina. He could end up in Vegas. I think he's going to end up in Vegas. But it's like it would be interesting if they did sign Carter Hart.
Yeah. And I mean, the problem is he wouldn't be available till December, which I guess it doesn't really matter at that point.
Yeah, because their goalie issue is a playoff issue. Like that's so I really think that as long as they have them ready for the playoffs, they're okay. Because I think they'll be okay there. And third, I'm going to go with New Jersey. I do agree that New Jersey's that good, and I think they're going to be better. They also have a bit of a chip on their shoulders. Jack Hughes is going to come flying. He's going to come flying out of the box. He's got to be like a pent up animal at this point. Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
And so I think those are the 3 from the top of that. Now, who are your wild cards?
For wild cards, I'll go the first wild card to the Montreal Canadiens, as you said before, and then I'm between 2 teams right now. I'm gonna go with Ottawa Senators again. I think they're better than the Rangers, to be honest. I just don't think Rangers have that depth that they did a few years ago. And the Ottawa, they're hungry. They're hungry.
Yeah.
Be back in the mix again. They got a little taste of it last year. So yeah, those are my 2 wildcard teams.
They're two good ones. Just going up mine here. I got it right here. So you know where to put it. I should just know this. All right. So I had Montreal, Tampa, and Florida as my top 3. Correct?
Yeah. You had Montreal, Tampa. No, you.
I didn't have Tampa in there, right?
No, you didn't.
Right, I had Montreal. Oh shoot! Toronto, Florida. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tampa's my first wild card.
Okay.
I think that they are probably going to finish. It's going to be really close between them and Florida. It's going to be a bad
Yeah.
like they could finish in third. They could finish in second. I think Toronto, Florida, Tampa, 2, 3, 4 in any which way there.
Mm-hmm.
That's only because I have Montreal at the top, which is I know kind of crazy, but I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
And
I like
they're kind of my weird team this year. I have one in the West too, but not to win the division. So, but
yeah.
anyway, and then the other wild card, I'm going to go with Detroit, which is and I know this keeps Ottawa out of it, which is
No,
tough because
I like Detroit too. I do.
I just think Detroit has to make the playoffs. Like I feel
Yeah.
like and I feel like that if they don't make the playoffs, Eiserman's done, which I think which is almost unthinkable. Like in Detroit,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah, the Atlantic is a tough division this year. So
yeah,
because
and
I think everyone besides the Bruins and Sabres, I think really have a shot at making the playoffs here.
yeah, and even the Bruins, like you look at what they
Yeah.
have, like if Swayman's good again, and Pasternak can always go nuts. I mean, you got to remember also that Florida got Brad Marchand, has Brad Marchand down the whole season. The Florida's going to be fine, but it's just I think that they don't. They have another level for the playoffs, and I think that's how they'll do it again.
100%.
I think they'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's interesting. So let's go over to the Central Division now, which is like one of the hardest, definitely.
Oh,
to pick.
Yeah. So for the Central Division, I think the first is going to be Dallas. I just think they have a chip on their shoulder from last postseason.
Yeah.
I think they're insanely talented. You got Wyatt Johnson, Jason Robertson, just a ton of skill. You got Heiskanen in the back, Jake Ottinger, who I think is probably a top 3 goalie in the league. I think they really have that chip on their shoulder from last year.
Mm-hmm.
At the 2 spot, I think this could be a sneaky team. I don't know a lot of people will think about it, but I think the St. Louis Blues will be
that's a good one.
Team.
They were incredible the second half of last year.
Yeah, they snuck into the playoffs last year. They had a great, back half of the season. They lost to a really good Jets team with like 1 second left. The Jets tied it, right?
Oh yeah, that was a ridiculous game.
Exactly. So I'll go with them. And then my 3 spot, I'll go with the Colorado Avalanche. I think they just have way too much skill for me not to put them there. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, even Martin Necas, I think is very underrated.
Oh yeah,
we'll be playing that top line with McKinnon. That's my top 3.
It's a good top 3. I'm with you on Dallas completely. I think there's going to be the interesting thing in this division is you've got the 2 American goalies are going to be fighting it out to see who makes who's the starter for the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
they're both and I think Ottinger's got a real chip on his shoulders from not playing like in the 4 Nations.
Yeah,
and I think Ottinger's going to win that role. Like,
okay.
I think it's going to be close, but I think that he's going to be inspired, and that's one of the reasons I put Dallas at number 1.
Okay.
I do think that I'm going to go number 2. I'm going to go with Winnipeg. Just because they were so good last year. They still, I mean, the whole the whole Kyle Connor situation is, or Kyle Connor situation is a little bit rough. They still have him for this year, so they're still there. But he's going to be a UFA after this year if they don't sign him, they don't extend him. We'll get to the McDavid contract later too.
Your 3 spot.
3 is tough, man. I'm going to go with Minnesota Wild. I'm going to go with the Wild. The Wild, the Blues, the Avalanche, they're all the same to me.
It's a really tough division.
Yeah, they're all 3 of those make it in any other division probably.
Yeah, 100%.
And then so it's like, but I think the Wild, Kaprizov thing getting done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got Boldy.
Yeah, right. So, you got Boomer on defense. You got some things going on. I think it's going to be great. I mean, I think that division is going to be insane, as it always is. But this is going to be particularly insane. All right, so let's go to the final division. Yeah, go to the Pacific. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So at my 1 spot, I'm going to go with the Vegas Golden Knights. I just think they're consistently good now. Even now that they have Mitch Marner, I think Jack Eichel is going to have a monster year. So that's my 1 spot. My 2 spot, I'm going to go with the LA Kings.
Okay.
Extreme. Yeah, I know. I just think they have a lot of depth, especially in their D. I think a sneaky player that everyone should look out for is Brant Clark, young defenseman who just has a ton of skill, ton of speed. And he'll be playing with Edmondson on the second pair.
Yeah.
And then you have Alex Turcotte playing your fourth line center, Trevor Moore the third line with Philip Deneau and Warren Fogle. So I just think it's just like an extremely depth team. You got Corey Perry who's hurt right now too. So
right.
And then at my 3 spot, I'm gonna go with the Edmonton Oilers. I think it's pretty obvious. You have two of the best players in the world. Bouchard, and they usually play very, very well in the regular season.
They do.
And I just don't think that the division, those are like the only 3 teams in that division I really can see being that much of a competitor to anyone else. Like the Sharks and Flames and
I guess the question is, can the Canucks bounce back?
I just don't see it. I don't know. I think that they could have beat Edmonton a few years ago, and that was their window. And especially with all the Quinn Hughes talks right now going on,
that's going to be crazy.
They did get Besser re-signed, which was great for them. That was huge. So those are my top.
But it's weird how it happened, because like Besser, they didn't want him at first, and so Besser's thing is a strange situation because it's like he went back there because it was easy and convenient and he got money that he wanted, but he definitely was not happy with them at the trade deadline, and then he really thought I really thought for sure he wouldn't go back there. He just ended up going back there. Other people tried to get him out of there too. All right, so it's funny because when I look at this, Vegas is definitely like the predominating people first pick, and it's hard not to go with them because they really have that much skill. Eichel's on a contract year, if they don't sign him, which it doesn't seem like they're going to. It seems like they're really far away for now. Eventually get him signed, I guess, but right now they're not close to it. Second, I have Edmonton as well. Just because I think that this McDavid thing is going to be a relief for everybody, and it's going to be. And they now I don't know. Yesterday's signing the 7 years for Wallman, right?
Yeah, yep. The same. They announced it I think around the same time as the McDavid extension.
It didn't look good that way, Like it was like, okay, we took.
I think that's a little bit too much for Wallman.
And the thing
is really good. I think it was a little bit of an overpay. But I think they need the defense. They need the defenseman though.
That's what happened. And they had a defenseman who would stay there for 7 years too. That's the other thing. Edmonton is hard to get people to sign long-term contracts in for some reason. And partly it's just brutally cold, but also McDavid might not be there in 5 years, or 3 years, or whatever. So the and Wallman, the story on Wallman is just nuts, because he gets traded from Detroit to San Jose. Detroit throws in a draft pick so they'll take him. They give him away to San Jose. Then he has 25 points in San Jose last year, and now signs this big contract.
That's crazy. What a turnaround for him. It could feel good for the guy though.
I do and I don't, because the reason I don't is because I've heard he's an absolute jerk. I've heard he's really bad. I talked to people in Detroit who said, man, it was really addition by subtraction. He was a bad locker room guy. He was a problem. And now he could have matured and all stuff. And I'm saying this, but Yzerman himself has said this. It's not, so I'm not speaking out of turn. When they said, why did you trade Wallman? He's like, he's the first player. I'm not going to tell you why I traded him, which is a crazy thing for Yzerman to say. But all right. My third place team here, the San Jose Sharks. All right. Now this I know sounds insane. But here's my thinking. First of all, Celebrini is amazing. And I just think that he's
I love it.
Reminds me of Pittsburgh when Crosby first got there. They make the playoffs right away, and it was but then immediately they did. Celebrini is just taking step after step after step. He's past Bedard. He's past a lot of. He's past almost everybody else but McKinnon and McDavid to me right now, and I think that he's close to McKinnon. And the reality is, I like the other young forwards they have. They have a great young. Misa made the team. He's going to be their second line center. So think about the speed that team has, and then think about the speed that this division has. This division, besides Edmonton, is not that fast.
Yeah.
This is not like the Central has way more speed. Edmonton and Calgary have a lot of speed in this division, but that's about it. I also like Askarov, who they got out of
Nashville. Yeah, great
I mean
goal.
To get him, I mean, he was like a Shesterkin level prospect, and Nashville gave him away, which I just baffles my mind that they did that. Because I like
now looking at their full roster, I mean, I don't hate the pick. I mean, you have William Eklund, who another young forward on the same line as Celebrini and Will Smith. And then you also have, I mean, veterans like Skinner, Tyler Toffoli, Wenberg.
Yeah, these are good veterans. Like Toffoli's a really good veteran.
The only concern I do have with them is the defense. I just don't know how good they could be. I do like their offense a lot.
They're a running gun team. Like, there's no question about it. Their defense is made to score. They don't have defensive defensemen really, but they've got fast. They're fast playing defensemen, and the whole thing about them is that they're going to be a fast playing team, and Celebrini's going to make people miss. Like, he's going to be an issue.
Yeah,
and no one's expecting anything out of them at all. So I think the reality is that I mean, if I was a Sharks fan, I would be really excited about this year. Like, I would think this is going to be, you can't lose anything, and you're going to watch these kids all come up together. I mean, this is a team that's going to be a force. Like, you can see it down the line 2 or 3 years from now. This is their first place pick easily.
Okay.
And they're heading there, and I am a bit famous for this, of going a year early on this. Like, so I might be going a year before. Like, this might be San Jose third place next year. But this is how I see it for now. I don't like the Kings are getting a little bit older to me.
Really? I don't think so.
Maybe that's not the right word.
I don't know, because I mean, they have Laferriere as their second line winger. They have Kempe, Kuzmenko, who I think has been really good on their team. I think maybe Kopitar. I mean, it's his last year. I mean, then you have Fiala, Byfield.
Yeah.
And I think, like, this is like their window right here. Like,
they do have and look how close they came with Edmonton. Like,
Yeah.
Again,
I mean, that's what I was saying earlier today to someone. I was like, as long as they don't run into Edmonton in the first round,
right?
I think they're fine. They could maybe go deep, but that's kind of their kryptonite, is facing Edmonton in the playoffs.
And right now it is, and I think that, the way I have it is, though, you have them playing Edmonton again.
I mean, but we'll see what happens.
Edmonton's gonna, San Jose's gonna take out Edmonton for me. So I don't know, we'll see. But
that was your second. San Jose was what, your second?
San Jose's third. So it's Vegas, Edmonton, San Jose for me in that division. And now we need our wild card teams.
All right, yeah. So for my wild card teams, I'm gonna go with the Jets, and then this one could surprise people. I'm gonna go with the Utah Mammoth. I don't know. Something about that team, new organization. We saw it. Well, not new organization. Well, I guess you could say it is.
I mean, basically,
new organization, same players, but I just think it's kind of similar to what we saw with the Kraken. In their second year, they kind of went on a little playoff run. They have Logan Cooley, Clayton Keller. So I don't know. It's just something about that team. You got Paterka now, Gunther, Schmaltz, Yamamoto. I mean, I can go on.
It's interesting because they have like guys like Yamamoto are interesting. Like, to me, like, this is how teams like this get good, is they find guys that have like struggled in other places because they've been in the wrong position. Like, they haven't played the right spot in the lineup. Like, Yamamoto is a perfect example of that. This guy's got all the talent in the world.
I love him. I love his play. He's a smaller guy, fast, physical. I think their offense is extremely deep. And then you have guys on defense like Mikhail Sergachev, John Marino, Nate Schmidt. So I think they're going to find a way to sneak into the playoffs. For sure.
I think it'll be great. I think it'd be great for hockey to see them in there.
I think the atmosphere has been great in their first year. I forget the owner's name, but I know he owns the Nuggets too.
Yeah, he seems like a great owner.
He's like very invested into the team. So I love everything they have going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I like the mammoth logo, the mammoth
Yeah,
logo.
yeah, it's great. It looks great. Their jerseys are sweet. So
yeah, I'm with you. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be a lot of fun. And I mean, now let's talk a little bit about Logan Cooley for a second.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Crazy news yesterday.
He turns down the major league contract.
But I think
there's
definitely some reasoning behind it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he definitely believes in this very skilled talent. And then I think he just knows that the cap's going to go up. So he's basically kind of just betting on himself this year to have a monster. He's playing with two really good players with Gunther and Paterka on the first line. So I think, I don't know. And also, I do think, like I said, if they do make the playoffs and go on a deep run, that contract is going to go up by a lot.
That's true.
So yeah,
that's true. I mean, and
there you go.
No, I'm with you. I think that. I mean, I think Keller is Keller.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say to me yesterday, and it was really interesting. They thought Clayton Keller could win the scoring title in goals, like the Marie Bouchard.
He's insanely talented.
Which would be really interesting. So if he wins that, then they're making the playoffs. I mean, if he scores more goals than Austin Matthews, say, they're making the playoffs. But even if they get close, but yeah, I think that they're right there. I agree with you, and I think that in any other division, the problem is, what's hard about picking 5 and 3 sometimes? I mean, you pick 5 from one division. You got to remember these teams in this one division are all playing each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're all so the other division, if the other division is this is why I think I went with 5 in the Atlantic and the 3 in the Metro. So did you, right? So that's seems like the way it would go. But if there's a couple really bad teams in the Atlantic or the Metro or whatever, then suddenly those wildcard teams have better records than these other teams because they're not playing against bad teams.
Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure. Who knows?
Last year you had Chicago and Nashville both were terrible. So that was this. If that happens again.
I don't think Nashville's gonna be that good. Right now they have Grady Martin as their first line center, and
the Predators are one of my teams. They're one of my 3 teams I've always followed. The Flyers, Predators, and Panthers are my 3 favorite teams probably, and the Predators have never had a center.
Ever.
They never had a top center.
O'Reilly's for a year, 2. He's hurt, right? Isn't he hurt?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's hurt, and so they went out and they got Stamkos. They went out and they got and that could work out better this year than it did last year. I think there could be a rebound there.
Yeah,
especially with Marchessault. Marchessault, Stamkos might be just getting older, but Chicago is in a really bad spot.
I think they're in trouble.
I mean, in this division, to look at the teams all above them, it's holy cow! What?
It's not looking pretty for them, for sure.
No, not at all. So my wildcard teams. Yes, my wildcard teams are as follows. I'm going to go with the Blues.
Okay.
And let's see. So I get that. I get that. So I have and I guess I'll go with the Avalanche. Blues and the Avalanche. Yeah.
Okay.
Because my top 3 are.
You have the Avalanche.
Dallas, Winnipeg, and Minnesota. Yeah. So again, like I said, Minnesota, St. Louis, Colorado could finish in any order whatsoever.
Yeah.
I feel like.
There's we have no idea what could happen. That division could be
right. All right. So who is your rookie of the year?
All right. So this one was hard because I think this year's rookie class is very, very talented.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a little of a shocker. I think it's gonna be Ryan Leonard. I don't know. I just think he has this pure talent. He has experience playing in the postseason last year. And he's just a big physical guy who can shoot, can really do anything, who's going to get a lot more minutes this year, power play time. So that's my number 1 that I think is going to win it. I think the other 2 are Jimmy Snuggerud and obviously Ivan Demidov. I think Snuggerud's just a pure goal scorer. He's going to get a lot of goals this year.
Yeah.
So I could easily see him winning it. And then Demidov is just so insane. Just the plays he makes. He's gonna be playing with a lot of talent, young talent this year with Caulfield, Suzuki. So those are my 3, but I think it's gonna be Ryan Leonard.
No, I think Ryan Leonard's a really good pick. And you have Washington finishing third, and if Ryan Leonard's rookie of the year, that could happen. That's where I could see that. Like they need somebody to step up like that.
Oh yeah,
in that area. But yeah, I'm. Demidov is weird. Demidov's the best of them. He's the best player.
I agree. I think he's definitely the best. But I mean,
but is he going to be consistent? And how is Montreal going to play him? Because Montreal in the playoffs last year went away from him.
Yeah.
And maybe that was just because he only played like 2 or 3 games in the regular season, which is fine, and I get that. And Martin St. Louis, but he is primed for Montreal. Like that city is like that city and him are like perfect for each other.
Yeah.
They love their stars there. They love guys that can fly. They love like flamboyant. They love all like the big moves. Montreal, like Alexei Kovalev, who was like a great player back in the day, but was like kind of like wherever he played, people were like, a little disappointed because he's not all he could be. When he retired, they had a parade for him in Montreal because he played in Montreal because he was like that kind of guy. Like Demidov reminds me so much of Kovalev in a lot of ways. He's bigger, but I think I have to go with him too because I am going with Montreal to win the division. So if Montreal's going to win the division, Demidov's going to have to be, and Montalban's going to have to be. So I go with him too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who's the MVP of the league?
I think it's me, Connor McDavid. I mean, he's just the best player in the world. Could be the best athlete in the world for many reasons. I think he's just hungry for that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. About that Stanley Cup. I think number 2, Eichel. I just think Vegas is gonna be good. Sorry.
Right, you right?
With your pick.
I'll go to my picks first. Let me do that. I actually have Eichel winning it. And because I see where you're going with it. Like I think that McDavid is going to have he's going to be McDavid. He's going to be incredible. But there's also if someone else like last year he was incredible too. And he didn't win it. They gave it to the goalie in Winnipeg. So I think
Eichel could definitely win it for sure.
I'm feeling like Eichel is going to win it. I really do. Who's your Vezina winner?
I think it's going to be Igor Shesterkin. I just think he had a kind of a down year last year, especially with the Rangers being not that good. I think he's just so good, and he's super talented. And like I said, he's hungry for after that down year. And then I think another goalie could be is, like I said earlier, Jake Ottinger. I think if the Stars want to be the same team they were last year, before the loss in the playoffs, he's going to really have to step up again. And he also wants that number 1 role for Team USA.
I think that's going to be I think it's going to be a driving factor for him. I really do. I think that he was my pick too. I got this weird feeling in the back of my head that Dustin Wolf is going to win the Vezina.
Oh, okay. I like that. He had a great.
I think that he is that special. Like I think he is a really special goalie, and I think he could be. And I don't have Calgary making the playoffs, so it's kind of hard to put those two together.
Problem is, I don't think the Flames are going to be that good. So
I don't think they're going to be that good either. But I think he could be. He could keep them. Like he kept them in it last year. He could keep them in it this year. And that's gonna be the thing. Like he's like one of my favorite goalies to watch right now. When watching play, like he's amazing. I've always been a Sorokin guy too. But I think he's among my favorites there. All right, so let's see what else do we have. Let's go to
Norris.
Yeah, Norris. Yeah, Norris. Thank you.
There's 2 guys that I think are going to take it away.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with a different guy. I'm going to go with Rasmus Dahlin.
Nice.
Yeah. He's so smooth with his skating.
He really is.
Yeah, such a good defenseman, makes the right plays all the time. I think he's just due. I think we've seen Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar light it up, and I think they could easily win it. But I think Dahlin's the driving. He's in the driving seat of that Sabres team. Really, like he's the backbone. He's the captain.
He's everything for that team. Yeah,
he kind of does everything for that defense there. And I think he's the most valuable defenseman that you can really have.
I think you're right. I mean, I think that he definitely they've got to start winning to keep him interested.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna want to stay there if they stay like that.
He has too much talent to keep
Yeah, he's got
wasting
way too much
like
talent.
And it's kind of the story of the Sabres, really.
Yeah, that is the story of the Sabres. You're right. And I mean, something tells me they're going to be competitive this year, but I always feel that. So I'm afraid to do it again. Like I'm afraid to say it again because I've said it before.
Yeah.
So Sabres fans, I've had to make the playoffs. They're like, yeah, don't pick him in the playoffs this time because it won't work. So yeah, I'm going to go Lane Hudson.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's going to win the Vezina. So here's my Montreal thing. As you can see, my Montreal thing's coming together here. You know, Montalban, Hudson, Demidov, 3 major rewards, winning first place in their division. This is like,
I mean, it's like the Jets kind of last year with Hellebuck.
Yeah. To me, that's how this plays out. I mean, Montalban won't win the award, but he'll be a finalist. But I think I think that I just am so now. Cole Hudson's not playing this year yet. Still,
no, he's still at BU, and he had one real goal last week too.
Yeah, he would be a big pick for me if he was playing as a rookie. Like I would, I would look at him for sure. Yeah. But probably
Lane.
next year he's going to.
Also, Lane got snubbed from the USA team as well, so he's hungry.
That will change, I think.
Yeah, you think that's too late?
No, I don't think so. No, the rosters because there's always guys that get hurt and different things happen.
Yeah.
So they have I don't think he's going to get snubbed. I think.
Okay. I hope not.
I really hope. Caulfield, I hope doesn't get snubbed either. Like he's like everyone. I mean, they need those. They need those guys. Yeah. I mean, the U.S. if they put the right defense together with like Hughes and Hudson, that's just going to be killer. It's going to be ridiculous.
I 100% agree.
For those guys to play together, and all the other both. I honestly think that maybe all the Hughes should go. I mean, the problem with the Olympics. Yeah, right. I mean, the Olympics are hard because you have like so many great players, obviously. Yeah. But you also want to put it. You also want to do like I predicted. One of my wacky predictions was that Celebrini would make the Canadian Olympic team, which I don't think is that crazy.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
And Bedard too, maybe.
Yeah, but no one has him really making that team. So I think he's going to make it and going to be a factor. Like I think he and Crosby will be together. Like they played together in the Worlds and they looked incredible together. And I think that will continue. Although here's my other wacky prediction that you'll like: the U.S. will go undefeated in the Olympics.
I like that. I'm definitely with that for sure.
I just think the U.S. I think this will be the U.S. revenge from 4 nations.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to just take it over.
I really hope,
because adding Quinn Hughes is like such a big difference.
Yeah.
And they're going to add some other more scoring too. So I think it's going to be. I think this is when all those World Junior Championship players who beat Canada are now going to finally beat them in the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
because they've gotten older, and it's the same kind of group. But now I guess finally we got to go to our Stanley Cup champion.
All right. This is so hard. It really is.
So hard this time of year. It's ridiculous. So no one's gonna.
I'm gonna go with. Wait, I need it. I'm second guessing myself right now.
I'll start. You can think.
Oh, you go.
I'm going with the Florida Panthers. Third.
Oh, wow.
3 in a row. I think. I predict Barkov will be back for the playoffs. Okay. Which right now they're saying 7 to 9 months. 7 months from now is May.
Okay.
So like think about that. So that's not impossible. He's in great shape, so he's going to be back as quickly as he could. So they have everybody back for the playoffs. They go.
I made my prediction. So I think that the Panthers and the Oilers will play each other in the Cup for the 3rd straight season, and the Oilers win it this year.
There you go.
Yeah. I think it's the script. I just think like the NHL really just wants McDavid to finally get that.
They do want McDavid to get that,
and just for them to maybe beat the Panthers makes it even sweeter for him. So that's my prediction. I think the Oilers win the Cup.
I like it. All right, let's talk about McDavid before we get out of here.
Okay.
Because this is a major story, and this contract signing of 12.5. He's doing the thing that Crosby did, which is Crosby would stay at 8.7 and still is 8.7, which is crazy. Yeah. So he stayed at 12.5. There's so many different angles on this thing. So I talked to some agents about this to try to get some perspective. Like I said, okay, so why do you think this has happened? Why do you think this happened exactly? I mean, obviously the thing to say is, okay, he was giving Edmonton a hometown discount. He wants to win there. I get that. But there's always more to it than that. because his agent's like talking to him and saying, okay, let's talk about it. Let's say you say I'll play for $12.5 million, and McDavid says, okay, yeah. So what happens next? And it's like, well, okay, you play for $12.5 million. You get less. You're taking less. The NHLPA is not thrilled with you because you took less, but you're McDavid. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So that's what he's saying. So then McDavid says, okay. But what I also do is I take the pressure off of me and put it on management.
Yeah.
Management.
Because I mean, he's taking that team-friendly deal, and he's basically saying, okay, my window is 2 years. If we don't win a cup, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Yeah, this is it. Like it's the 2-year thing is an obvious like ultimatum. Like it's like this is the ultimatum, right? This is what's going to happen. You got to do it this way. So far, what did they do? They went out and they signed Wallman for 7 years and 7 months.
Yeah.
So now, at first, I'm like, that seems like a weird thing. Like, would McDavid be okay with it? I was told from people, and this is not surprising, but that McDavid was involved in it. Like they talked to him about it. This happens with superstars in the NHL. Like, they say, what do you think of Wallman? Like, we're thinking about signing him for $7 million, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So McDavid signed off on that, from what I understand. He's not going to sit there and say, okay, so far the Edmonton Oilers are doing the wrong things, because I think they needed that kind of defenseman. If they can get one,
they needed that depth for sure.
Right. When you look at what Boucher, Evan Bouchard is making, he's making $11 million. Okay, so think about that. Like, he's making $1.5 million less than McDavid, and he hardly scores any points in the regular season.
Yeah,
he's like a playoff guy.
He's a playoff and power play guy.
Yeah, that's what he is, right? And McDavid gets mad at him all the time because he makes tons of defensive mistakes. So I think you're right. I think this is the end. This is his fading out farewell in the relationship. Yeah. Like, he's like, okay, I'm going to give you really one more year, because it's not really two. Because in a way, it's one more year, because in one more year you're back to right where you were now. Where
he could just be like, he could just be like, I want to trade.
Right.
And now anyone would take that 12.5.
That's the thing, right? Because you can even go to the trade deadline with it, and if you take half of that, if Edmonton holds half of that salary for the rest of the year, now you're getting him for 6. and think of what Edmonton could demand for that, like what Edmonton could get back in that. That's the other place McDavid. That's the other place McDavid is helping them out. Like, he's giving them a chance to get more back for him if they move him.
Exactly.
And that's a vital situation for them. So.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
It's kind of brilliant in some ways.
Yeah, it can go either way. And I know all depends on how the Oilers do.
Yeah, really, I mean, it's very Connor McDavid in a lot of ways, in my opinion, because he's 100%. You can see he really doesn't care. I mean, he's made enough money. He knows that, and he just wants to win. And you can see how much he wants to win, right? So you can see how upset he gets. Like, he is way more emotional than Draisaitl is about this. I think. Like, when you see the two on the bench, it's like Draisaitl's focus straight ahead.
Yeah, he's locked in,
McDavid's like, what's going on? He's just really frustrated. So, I think this is he takes the pressure off of himself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And puts it back on the management. So it's going to be crazy, to see what Edmonton does with this, because this is Stan Bowman, okay, who was part of building the Chicago
Blackhawks,
but also kind of screwed that up at the end. So he kind of fell apart with that too. So.
Oh yeah.
And they still don't have a goalie. That's the other. They still don't have a goalie.
Yeah, let's see who they still have Skinner, correct?
They still have the two goalies they had. They have Skinner and the other guy who played last, who's really good, right? Well, geez, I'm getting so freaking old.
It was not.
No, but they also just picked up a goalie too. They picked up
the same one.
They picked up Caden Primo.
Oh yeah, they did today, right?
Yeah, for waivers. Yeah.
And then so the other Hyman's still hurt. When is Hyman supposed to be back?
He's hurt. He's going to be out for a bit. They got Mangiapane, which I think I'm a big Andrew Mangiapane fan.
Yeah, I like him too. I like him as well.
Fast, he's quick. He does kills penalties. He does all right. So I think that's the other big that's going to be okay for Hyman for the time being.
Yeah,
but eventually, they're going to need those goals.
And they do have rookie Matthew Savoy playing on their second line now, so he'll be playing with Nugent Hopkins and Mangiapane.
Exactly.
So I mean, I think Savoy is really good, fast. Everyone will see he's a unreal skater. He can skate. So that's another good piece for them that they have.
Yeah, so they're it's going to be interesting. Like and McDavid, it's not another thing that someone brought up. A Canadian fan brought up the other day is that would an American player do this? That's I think which is ridiculous. I think is a ridiculous thing to ask because this is like typical Canada. But Crosby did it and McDavid did it for their team. But yeah, players always take. It's not an American. I can't think of like a specific American. Going back to like Ray Bork. Well, he wasn't American either. He was Canadian too. Yeah. So yeah, there's not that, but there are players who definitely do. Patrick Kane has taken way less money to play in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
But
his contract this year is also there's a lot of bonuses involved.
A lot of bonuses, yeah. So that's how you got it. And in Florida, I think those guys all took a little bit less too.
Yeah, all Florida. Yeah.
And then you got guys down there like but again, most of them are Canadian. But still,
exactly.
That's how you play it. But that's about all the time we have. Luke, thank you very much.
Of course.
We are only an hour away from game time.
Let's go.
Florida starts at 5. The Florida game tonight is at 5 p.m. They raise the banner, and we'll talk about this another time. But we do have to talk about the Florida Tampa thing that happened.
Fight. Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, my theory on it, real quickly, is that the NHL doesn't want to just want to put it under the rug.
Yeah, it's
preseason starting. Yeah, like
they should honestly like it because when they do play each other, it'll just make the game even better. So
yeah, there's two. It's so cool that those teams are finally like that. Like I've said for years, I want them to be like that, but because for years I'm like, if they could just get that rivalry going, because they couldn't forever. They tried, and it was like Florida was just terrible, and everything was going, So, but now that's like,
I think it's great.
Might be the best rivalry in the league right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Without the buzz, it's just hockey. We will talk to you all soon. Enjoy the games tonight. We will see you soon.